The mother of two California boys who were killed by a rich and powerful socialite who blew through a crosswalk in a speeding Mercedes has vowed to confront the convicted murderer in prison in the hope that she will someday show remorse after what critics call a lenient sentence of 15 years to life in prison. Subscribe my channel for update news. My plan is to give her a visit in prison, in a few months or maybe a year, and I will ask her that question directly, said Nancy Iskander, the mother of 8-year-old Jacob and 11-year-old Mark. I will say, are you able to say, I am sorry I killed them? This will allow me to forgive, because I need to get through what she's done. Iskander was forced to dive to safety with her youngest son, Zachary, who was 5 at the time, when Rebecca Grossman, a 60-year-old co-founder of a prominent burn center and a wealthy Los Angeles philanthropist, sped toward them at more than 80 miles per hour. The mother and surviving son watched in horror as Grossman slammed into Mark and Jacob at an estimated 81 miles per hour. Then she fled the scene. Grossman, who prosecutors described as a completely self-serving narcissist, was convicted of 2 counts of second-degree murder and fleeing the scene of an accident for the September 29, 2020, crash, but not without a number of dramatic curveballs in the case. She has lived a life of privilege and clearly felt that her wealth and notoriety would buy her freedom, prosecutors wrote to the court while requesting the maximum allowable sentence of 34 years to life in prison. According to prosecutors, even after her conviction she refused to take responsibility for the deaths, which jurors found were murders and not a tragic accident. On Friday, Judge Joseph Brandolino sentenced her to 2 concurrent terms of 15 years to life in prison plus another 3 years for fleeing the scene that will also run concurrently. California legal experts tell Fox News Digital she could be eligible for parole in just 8 years. One glaring issue with the sentencing, in Iskander's view, is that Grossman's sentences were not imposed to run consecutively, which the mother says reduces the murders of 2 boys as if they were one person and completely erases Grossman's attempt to flee the scene and avoid justice altogether. I don't think I'll ever be able to accept that, or even understand the judge's point of view, she told Fox News Digital. The concurrent sentences for a suspect who prosecutors said showed no remorse is unusually lenient, according to Garrett Dameron, a supervisor in the Los Angeles District Attorney's Office who oversaw the line prosecutors on the case. In contrast, a man in nearby Ventura County received a sentence of 30 years to life in prison for the deaths of a woman and her granddaughter who were riding together on a motorcycle when he smashed into them head-on while driving high. She basically showed no regard for the way our justice system works, and he rewards her with basically the lightest sentence he can give her, Dameron told Fox News Digital. It's deeply offensive. While behind bars, Grossman was accused of attempted juror tampering and repeatedly violating court orders. Prosecutors say she also tried to release sealed evidence to the public and to contact witnesses. The defendant's actions from September 29, 2020, through today show a complete lack of remorse and narcissistic superiority that leads to only one conclusion, that she is undeserving of any leniency, prosecutors wrote in a sentencing memo. Iskander said Grossman even made an anonymous donation of $25,000 toward the boys' funeral costs, which the mother argues violated her right to refuse the killer's money. She essentially attempted to buy her way out of this, Dameron said. Never has she once shown a modicum of remorse or sympathy, or never has she even hinted at taking responsibility for this. In my issue with the judge is he had made comments throughout the trial that he didn't like the murder charges in this case. Instead of objectively pronouncing the sentences he should have, I think he's attempting to legislate from the bench. Grossman's lawyer, James Spertus, said the judge gave a thoughtful and detailed explanation for the sentence, adding that Grossman is a first-time criminal offender who had a decades-old reputation for humanitarian work. This case involves a tragic accident that resulted in incalculable loss to the Iskanders, so it is understandable they would be disappointed in any sentence short of the death penalty, he told Fox News Digital. However, I expected more maturity and professionalism from the prosecutors. Grossman was speeding, had alcohol and drugs in her system, and plowed through the boys as they made their way through a crosswalk with their mother and younger brother. Court documents show she had a series of traffic citations going back to at least 2000. Then, according to Iskander, she tormented the family for years with her legal maneuvering and alleged attempts to tamper with witnesses and the jury. She explained that she constantly has flashbacks to the day of the crime, the sight of Mark and Jacob on the road. I keep living it every day, every minute of every day, she said. How can he just ignore something like that? Following the horror, the boy's parents and younger brother have devoted themselves to helping others, kicking off a charitable foundation in honor of Mark and Jacob and launching a foster care project that will soon be licensed in Los Angeles. Zachary, now 8, is preparing to go on his first mission overseas to help build houses in memory of his brothers, Iskander said.
Thanks for watching my video. Please subscribe my channel and press the bell icon for more information news, and also share my video with your friends, and do a comment in my video and suggest me a news channel and support me for new videos.